Eddie Soldiers. Vancouver is in full effect right now. I'm loving it. It's perfect reading day after reading day. Also, as you can see, I moved my bookshelves around a little bit. I got a new bookshelf last weekend and I'm staring at it right now and it's beautiful. I'll show you. See, this is where I usually film and now I have this amazing bookshelf. So, you know, I was reading and I came across the time when the two characters first meet and I thought it was really cute and funny, and that made me start thinking about other firsts that characters have. And I don't mean just like the first time they kiss, I just mean first times that characters do things together. The first time they meet, the first time that they say something, the first time that they kiss. So without further ado, here are my favorite 13 character firsts. Number 1 of this list is the first time two characters meet. For that one, my favorite is Penryn and Raffi in Angel Fall by Susan E. Raph is being beat up by some other angels and Penryn has her mother and sister and they're on the run, and it's this really intense scene, juxtaposition between family and the angels and the fighting and how amazingly beautiful and earthly they look, and Raffi gets his wings cut off and cementing Penryn into the angel world of Angel Fall. Second first is the first time two characters meet, and for that one I have Liam and Ruby from The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I think we can all agree that that was a pretty hilarious first time meeting each other scene. Ruby stows away in the back of their van and then there's a big chase going on and she's like, you know what, I probably should let them know I'm here. Just sits up, hey guys, how's it going? And of course everyone's like, oh my god, what the heck? It was just really funny, and in such a serious dystopian novel, that was a good little pop of humor. The third first is the first time two characters actually talk to each other, and for that, Cress and Thorn of Marissa Mayer's Cress. Just because, I love this series, I love everyone in this series, they're all hilarious. But the first time Thorn ever sees Cress, and she has her hair all crazy, and he just sees her over the vid screen and is like, is that all hair? And she gets like really flustered because she thinks he's cute, and it was just this hilarious little like adorableness. Number 4 I have is the first time two characters hold hands, and for that one I have Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Roll. And I wasn't gonna add this at all, I made this its own category within my own list because I had to add this book. It's just so cute and heart-touching and adorable. They're on the bus and they're reading comics together and then they just start holding hands and it's so cute and sweet, and just to see the two of them like getting together without actually being together. Number 5 is a first time two characters kiss. And for that one, I have Will and Tessa of The Infernal Devices. Now their first kiss is like not romantic, really, it's pretty intense and it happens after they're fighting vampires, so it's not very, you know, not the usual for first kisses as they happen in literature. I love that Tessa says that her first kiss tastes like holy water and blood. That is me being morbid, but I loved it. Not that I ever really have the urge to kiss someone tasting like holy water and blood, so don't offer or anything because that's just weird. But reading this was nice. Number 6 on my list of firsts is the first time two characters have a fight, and for that one I have picked The Falconer by Elizabeth May. I love this book. Oh my god, I got it last month and this is fantastic. It has nothing to do with the fact that, you know, the main character kind of looks like me and is Scottish. There's amazingly written fairies in this. They're so creepy and unearthly and I absolutely love it. Plus, it's a Scottish steampunk novel. How can you say no to that? Main character Alina and the other, I guess, love interest slash male character Kieran, I don't know how to say his name, who is a fairy, finally get into a legit fight and she breaks his nose, and I absolutely loved it because he's been training her to fight fairies and she's like never good enough because she's human, so she can't move fast enough or react fast enough, and finally one day she just gets so fed up with him and punches him in the face and breaks his nose, and he's so shocked because she's never been able to touch him like that before because he's always moved, so he just starts laughing and she gets even angrier and then like whips out a dagger, and it's just a really great scene. Number 7 is the first time a character gets their ass kicked. I know I've talked about this in either some other video or just with people, and that is Triss of Veronica Ross Divergent. There's way too many books where the main character has never done something before and all of a sudden they're like the chosen one of fighting. But in this book, Triss gets her ass kicked because she's been living in abnegation for her whole life and has never actually had a fist fight. So I love that part of this book that made it really real. She wasn't suddenly good at it, even though she'd never done it before. So thank you, Veronica Roth. Number 8 of my list is the first time a girl character saves a guy character. So for that, I have June Ypres of Marie Lou's Legend. June masterminds a prison break. Like, can you get even any more badass than this? I kind of doubt it. She knows that he's not guilty, and she's gonna damn well do something about it. Number 9 is the first time a male character saves a female character. This one I have picked Rowan and Selena of Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. There is a point in this book where, you know, stuff goes down. I'll put the spoiler hand up in case you haven't read this. Rowan is teaching Selena how to use her fire powers. She uses too much magic and it's basically burning up her body. And because he has the power of air and wind, eventually he brings her to this healer person and puts her in a bathtub, and she boils the water of the bathtub. So they have another fairy, I think, that controls ice, and he keeps icing the bathtub, but it just boils right over again because she's so burnt out. Love the relationship building that happened in that scene, because that's the first time that he's really ever seen her very vulnerable. And he kind of saves her from herself, and you really get to see into both Rowan's powers and Selena's powers. Alright, big number 10 is going to be the first time two characters do the dirty, have sex. Because, you know, it's involved in YA books, not like a whole lot, but it's there because, you know, that's something teenagers do. And the one that I have picked is a major spoiler. If you have not finished Harem Mafi's Shatter Me series, you might want to skip ahead because I'm going to hold the book up, so just be prepared, okay? Spoiler hat, it's going up. It's going up. You've been warned. The scene I have chosen is the sexy times between Warner and Juliet because hot damn, that was so hot. Oh my god. This scene was a fantastic sex scene. Oh, guys, not like that, guys. Come on, get your mind out of the gutter. But it was written so well. It was the juxtaposition of like feelings plus like emotional level plus like actually what was happening, and I loved it. I loved the relationship that happens. I love what actually happens. I love the aftermath of it. This was a fantastic sexy times. Number 11 is a sweeter tone, and that is the first time two characters say I love you to one another. And for that one, Jace and Clary in The City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, because everyone knows the line that I'm gonna say right now, but it's so sweet. I love you, and I will love you until I die, and if there is a life after that, I will love you then. How can a girl say no to that? Come on, Clary, seriously. Oh my god. Second to last, number 12, is the first time two characters get really annoyed at each other. And for this, I have picked Safi and the Prince from Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. Safi first meets Merrick in the middle of like this magical meltdown someone else is having, and it's really intense, but he comes shooting out of nowhere on his wind powers, and he doesn't have his shirt buttoned up because it was like a really last minute thing. So she sees him and he gets in the way and she's really angry and she's like, have you foreigners that never learned how to button a shirt? Do what buttons are? And it's just like, it's a really funny way for them to talk and meet and interact. And of course he gets really embarrassed, and I like that because that's kind of their whole relationship. It's just Safi being insufferable and Merrick kind of putting up with it. And lastly, number 13 is the first time two characters have a serious talk. And for this, I didn't pick any love interests, but I picked a scene that just really resonates with me, and that is Magnus Bane and Clary from The City of Bones by Miss Cassandra Clare, duh. When Clary and Magnus first kind of like meet each other at the party, and he helps unlock her Shadowhunter self. Magnus goes on this whole paragraph that I've only memorized half of about being different, and how Clary goes, oh, I've always known that I was different, and he kind of shuts her down and is like, well, in your case it's true. You are different. Maybe not better, but different. And it's no picnic being different. And goes on about how every teenager in the world feels like they're royalty born into a family of paupers, and how he himself is a warlock with like crazy eyes that are obviously a mark of something dark, and how his parents basically both killed themselves and he had to run to the church for sanctuary because he was different. And it's just such a amazing scene that really just kind of like gets into your bones and makes you think about wanting to be different, and I really appreciated that. Da 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 da! There is my list of 13 favorite character firsts. I guess we're just gonna call it that. This is not a tag, I just made this up. I just thought it would be fun to do. I mean, tag, you're it. If you want to do this yourself, friggin' go for it. Leave links in the comments. Now, I'm really hungry, so I'm going to go and eat some soup, and have some tea, and do some laundry. Sounds like a plan. Click over here to like the video, and click over there to subscribe. I don't even know what accent this is. I can't do accents to save my life. You know how many times in acting they're like, oh, can you do a Russian accent? Can you do a German accent? No, I really can't. I can't even do a British accent. I sound Australian. I don't really know how that works. So, freaking something else just fell. Hope you're having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!